Good morning. Back to forces and motion. Our lesson today is to come out with a conclusion. You have to come out with a conclusion about forces and motion, and you will need it for the lessons that will come later about Newton's laws of motion. If these two men are pulling this man here, they are trying to pull very hard until they could move him. What are the factors that are affecting the motion or the acceleration of this map? Let's discover on the slides that will come after. In which case would the boy accelerate the trolley faster and why? The one with the empty trolley or the one with the full trolley? Let's try and see, but I want you to look first at the arrows. Both arrows are identical. It means that this boy is going to push this trolley with exactly the same force. Got it? So the force here is the same. So he will try to push it, the first one. He could accelerate the trolley away. He pushed with the same force and he could move the trolley as well in the second case, but could he accelerate it or move it fast or slower? Slower. So, if you are using the same force, here the push, what affects the acceleration of the moving object or the trolley? If it is empty, it will accelerate faster. If it is full, it will accelerate less. So here, the mass can affect the acceleration of the car or of the truck or of the trolley in here. This is another exercise also. In which case would the boy accelerate the trolley faster? The same question. And why? I want you to look at the boy and I want you to look at the force. He is using the same force here, is he? No. In the bottom picture, he's using a bigger force, much bigger force. He's applying a larger force. What about the mass of the trolley? It's the same mass because both of them, they have the same amount of objects. What if he pushed this trolley with a smaller force like the one on the top? It could move for a very short distance, so it accelerated less. What about if he pushed it with a large force? The trolley accelerated faster for a while and then it stopped and it covered a longer distance. So, what are the factors that affect the motion of the trolley? The force. If the force is larger, you can make the object accelerate faster. If the force is smaller, you will accelerate the object less. How does force affect motion? Now we will make a conclusion for the previous slides. How does force affect motion? If the force is smaller or the force is bigger. If the force is smaller, the object will accelerate less. If the force is bigger, it will accelerate more. So, force affects motion. When the force is larger, the object accelerates faster. When the object is smaller, the object accelerates less. Now, how does mass affect motion? When the trolley is empty, it could accelerated more. When mass is smaller, the force can accelerate the object more. If the mass is bigger, the same force can accelerate the object but less. So let's come out to a conclusion. What do you conclude about the factors that determine how much a moving object can accelerate? We conclude that the force and the mass of the object determines the acceleration of the moving object. If the force is bigger, the object will accelerate more. If the force is smaller, it will accelerate less. If the mass is bigger, it will accelerate less. And if the mass is smaller, it will accelerate more. Now it's your turn to try. You have to go to the activity sheet and try to apply the lesson. Take care.